All right, welcome back to Stream 3, everybody. We are here rounding out today's sessions, and we have Jeff Simon from Carlsbad, California. With over 3 decades of experience, Jeff has developed HappyGrader, and the name alone, guys, makes me happy. So I'm here for it. HappyGrader is a tool that is designed to alleviate the burdens of grading. Speaking to a teacher's heart right there.
All right, Jeff's session will show us how to use HappyGrader to semi-automate our grading processes, ensuring more time for meaningful interactions with our students. It's all about making assessments more efficient. Take it away, Jeff. We're excited. We were talking in the background. Can we just talk about how HappyGrader makes every teacher happy? Take it away.
Yeah, seriously. All right, hi everybody. I'm Jeff Simon. Woo! The OG HappyGrader. Let me just flip my window here. I've been at this for 30 years, and this is going to be a little bit of a sales pitch. I got to be honest with you here. I'm going to try to sell you all on becoming and advocating for balanced educators, living comfortable lifestyles, not feeling overwhelmed. I'm going to try to sell you on collaborating between teachers. I'm going to try to sell you on reducing your workload in a way that still creates effective outcomes for your students. They'll be super stoked. We've been at this, my team and I, down here in Carlsbad for over 10 years. That's just with the prototype that I created in Microsoft Excel. This is not a grade book at all. It's a semi-automated grading program. And my partner, Devin Loftus, whoop, whoop, if you're out there, and I are hot wiring this thing now with AI. Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm excited to show you how it works. This is not an essay grader, all right? We've got Class Companion, Co-Grader, Enlighten AI, lots of tools coming to the marketplace to help develop, feedback on essays, large essays, developing rubrics. This is for you social studies teachers, for you science teachers, for us math teachers, world languages, upper elementary level teachers who we have to grade, oh man, just so many things, your state capitals tests and your factoring trinomials exams and so this is for all of your open-ended questions. Of course, it takes care of multiple choice, short answer questions. HappyGraders for you. There's a caveat. You got to get your students to take their paper and pencil exams and sooner or later upload them into a form of some sort. So we run it in this hybrid mode where we have students, you can't see that with my virtual background, but I'm sharing a few tests that I have in front of me. And then we give them 5 minutes to just type their answers into a Google form. So you're going to see me reference this demo exam a lot. You can enter special characters for math. The way we do it is we've got a link on our website to all of these math symbols. Likewise for accent marks, or if you have the international keyboard enabled, they can type in those special characters. So I'm going to give you some background here and just kind of bank all of this knowledge until you see the real deal and how we actually utilize HappyGrader. You could also embed questions into your forms. Here's the open-ended response areas. As you know, these populate Google Sheet, and that's what HappyGrader is really going to go off of to help identify patterns. In addition, there's all kinds of great tools out there now that can generate these questions for you. Likewise, you can use a formative, you can use a Microsoft form. Doesn't matter what type of form you use. I wanted to demo Equagio and shout them out a little bit. This was a worksheet that I just created really quickly by typing in, you go to this AI generator, however many questions you want, solving linear equations at the high school level, bada boom, bada bing. Before you know it, you've got 5 open-ended questions. This is great for mastery learning. If you want to have students take repeat assessments until they reach a mastery level. This looks like one about clearing out fractions. Equatio is great for that. Likewise, I just discovered Brisk based on this week of AI. You go to any website apparently, and this one's about compound interest, again, because I'm a math teacher, but doesn't really matter. And you ask it to brisk it, which is great, I thought. And you set your standards, you set the grade level. I'm going to go with open-ended short response questions again. And it's going to generate another Google form. So it gives not only the questions, but also a way for students to electronically input those questions. And then you're going to use HappyGrader to grade these. So we're in collaboration with folks at Text Help and folks at Brisk. From that point, you go over to our website and log in, of course. I'm already logged in. You can log in with your Google account, and you're going to link up your Google Drive, and you're going to just point to that spreadsheet that got generated. Again, from formative, it could be a CSV file, or from your Google Sheet, obviously, your Google Forms created a Google Sheet. And this is a HappyGrader environment. It's really straightforward. It looks like a spreadsheet. It is a spreadsheet. It's just got a lot of bells and whistles. And this is going to hold your hand just like as easy as using an ATM machine. A little overwhelming at first, but it takes us new teachers like 15 minutes, and they're like, oh, okay, I get it now. You're going to orient it to the first question. Everything in our beautiful color yellow means that it needs teachers' attention. Obviously, everything needs to be graded. You see here multiple choice, multiple response, open-ended, paragraph answer. You're going to clear things out a little bit. I'm not going to email students. Seat code is something that we use at my school, but you kind of remove students who have already been graded and whatnot. You can also sort your students based on when they turn their test in. I'm going to go period and timestamp right there. Nothing's been done still, but I'm just following the instructions, and this setup becomes very familiar. And then what I'm going to do is go and apply a scoring guide. So there's already been one teacher, and you are looking at a scoring guide. You might know it as a rubric, but we use the word rubrics to represent just the free response question, 4-point rubric, 5-point rubric. So a scoring guide is nothing more than a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet, when you're done in HappyGrader, is going to be put right back onto your own drive. And you're going to share this spreadsheet with other teachers who teach the same course and give the same assessments. You're helping your colleagues by establishing how these things are going to be graded. This is what you're going to share with your students at the end. They're going to look up their printout. They're going to have a little personal ID number because we don't want to use any personally identifiable information, right? And they're going to see the standards that they were tested on. They're going to see essential questions. None of this, besides the scores, all of this is put in by teachers, right? It's not guessing. HappyGrader doesn't know the questions that you're asking. It's just picking up on patterns. Once you light the fuse and start giving it patterns, it's going to pick up on more patterns, highlight the things that are left over and need to be graded, and it's going to supercharge this with AI to get smarter and smarter. You can see this student got a 3 out of 4 on one question. Here's a piece of individualized feedback. That person overlooked a minor piece of evidence in giving evidence for plate tectonics, it looks like. So this is what we're after ultimately, and here's what it's going to look like. 9 times out of 10, you just apply a scoring guide that you or a colleague has previously made. Excuse me, I got to dive into it here. And I'm looking for my scoring guide for that test. And boom, just like that, the magic just happened. Unbeknownst to you, 90% of your exam just got graded with partial credit, full credit, all sorts of feedback behind the scenes that somebody else has entered into this scoring guide before. And scoring guides don't take long to set up at all. And you now just need to give attention to what's highlighted in yellow. The majority of that is going to be your free response questions, because At this stage, HappyGrader hasn't yet graded your free response questions. So you go over to that free response question, and there's a rubric that you've put into the scoring guide down below, and a little navigation button. You can just stay in this column now, and we hammer out these free response questions. We do it anonymously. You can pull up the student's name and ID number and stuff at the top if you want to, but we generally ignore that and just grade anonymously. And this is where it really brings in a bunch of equity into the grading process. And we just go straight down that column and start grading. It really encourages partial credit. And here's the best part. We're enhancing it with predictive AI. Right now, this feature is not available. All the features you see are absolutely free for use. You can see on our website that this first tier is totally free forever. So we're working on all this, but here's a video, just a taster of what it looks like once we're connected the link with AI, and we have that higher premium tier. Now you can see this AI scoring is on. AI feedback is also on. And we're just in that column, and the teacher is confirming, yep, that's a 2, that's a 1. Anytime this is highlighted means, teacher, you got to check this score and make sure you're still in the loop here. You can't completely auto grade. We want you to confirm that everything's right. And you'll notice a couple of scores, the AI scoring automatically turns off because there's not enough information to score that response. So there's this AI turbocharging involved in this. Let me just hop over here and see if we got any questions coming up. It looks like we're good. All right. From there, let me just clear out this column real quick. Emulate that AI enhanced feature. And from there, your job is to just take care of any other highlighted, we call them pattern matching scores. So I see an answer of A, and I'm going to scroll down, and here's that scoring guide right there for how I scored previous responses. You can see partial credit. You can see the rationale I put in there for it. And it looks like I am giving 1 point for a single part of the correct answer. And I don't want to have to grade this again. Somebody in the previous assessment never put in the answer of A, so it's the first time HappyGrader has seen it. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the scoring guide and never have to grade the answer of A again. I'll do a little navigation for HappyGrader to take me to the next cell that needs to be graded. We've got these sort icons right here, so you can pull up to the top any remaining answers. And again, I can just scroll down and see. This is all I have to grade of an enormous test. We grade like 1 problem per student that HappyGrader doesn't recognize. In this case, there's a typo. So I'm going to grade every student with that answer. And I'm noting to self and to my colleagues that we're not counting against typos. So, and before you know it, we'll just go ahead and clear this column out. Before you know it, voila, grading is done. You can see every student's scores, obviously, and their percentages. Down at the bottom, you get this hit to miss ratio of where students were successful, where they were less successful. Again, I'm selling you on collaborating with teachers. This is great for me to go next door to my fellow geometry teacher, ask her how students did on question number 3. She got a 77%. What? And I'm going to ask her about the techniques she used. We just did this the other day. From there, you're going to export all of your results. So you pick your folder where you want it to go, and you're going to get all of these details in a synthesized spreadsheet. You're going to get a CSV file so that you can pop that into your Schoology, your Canvas, your Aries. Just upload all of those scores without having to type. And you're going to make those printouts where you're going to include maybe student period and their PIN numbers. I'm not going to go through the motions now, but in addition, you're going to export that scoring guide. And in this case, you're going to export it to a common folder that you share with your colleagues. So we just put them all in one scoring guide folder, and we can all access them from there. what it looks like to make that scoring guide is really simple. Again, I'm going to take you back now to square one. I'm going to orient HappyGrader and delete those couple of columns. And this time, instead of applying a scoring guide, I'm going to choose to make a new scoring guide. And HappyGrader just asks you, what's the right answer? The answer is B. How many points do you want to give it? In this case, it's an all or nothing question just to get things started. You're going to drop the standard in there, or essential question, or what have you. And that column turns to white because it's all taken care of. And you move on to the next one. 4 points. I might remove spaces if I'd like. Essential question at the top. We like to put things in kids' languages so they can understand it instead of this, you know, if.p.7.i.2. And again, as you progress, things just start turning to white. You collate stuff up at the top, clear out this column. Notice again, this partial credit, even informative, your district's got to subscribe to a silver or gold level in order to be able to give partial credit. Like, we give partial credit all the time. Here's that answer of B. And as soon as you're done with a column, you can just skip out of it. Some of you might be wondering about the open-ended questions. What about, you know, there's all this variation, spelling mistakes, all of that. Does it pick up on that? So we suggest that you select the 100% simplest right answer. So I'm going to say rabbit in Spanish, that's coneja. But I see some students put the L or the la before that. So you can strip characters and expressions away. I don't want to involve L or la. It could be a female rabbit. It could be a male rabbit. I don't care. I could even put the question down here so that students know. And notice it took out the L's, took out the laws, identified all of the correct right answers. Conejo is also 100% right. Going to look at the leftovers. It looks like they went for bird instead. I'll give that 1 point because at least it's an animal. And this is the wrong spelling, so I'll go 0 points. Bam, that's done. We're also going to hotwire this thing with pattern recognition. So you can strip away spaces. I got 100% right answer up here. I'm going to remove these introductory characters. This is a geometry mapping. I put the essential question down here. I'll give it 4 points. I got the majority of them taken care of. Now here's a video of, very briefly, how AI will be used to make suggestions for what you just saw. So I'll hit that AI suggestions button when I choose after I've chosen one right answer. And I'll just pause this real quick. You can see that HappyGrader found a bunch of similar responses, and it's giving suggested scores based on the similarity of that response that the teacher can then toggle up or down, or toss it out if it's not actually that similar. And they have the option of adding that to the scoring guide. So rapid fire, brrr, we're picking up 3, 4 more correct answers. HappyGrader can also recommend symbols to be removed based on other symbols that you've removed in the past. And then those will all be applied, knocking out a whole nother bunch of correct answers. But again, as soon as you're ready, you can move on to the next question. If you're wondering about the open-ended free response questions, you toggle over here to free response question, and you just start to set up your rubric. I'm going to set up a 2-point rubric, and this is what's going to be fed to our ChatGPT, Gemini, Anthropic, whichever engine du jour is the biggest bang for our buck that gets the job done. So I'll say criteria level 1. And you can just use HappyGrader exclusively for free response questions. When we went over to that Brisk or Equatio, they just make open-ended questions and paragraph responses, and you can use it entirely for that. Here's level 2 criteria, level 1 criteria. So the teacher is in the loop, creating these rubrics, not auto-generated. Criteria level 3. And obviously I'd put in details here. And then, bam, you're in this student grading mode, come full circle. You're in the same place that you started when you applied a scoring guide. But again, we just make these scoring guides richer and stronger over time so that they pick up more and more answers. And even for us teachers who are giving different tests year after year, it's still a time saver to grade in this way. All right, everybody. That's your introduction to HappyGrader. I hope you're still there, and who's got questions? I can't see you.
That was amazing, Jeff. Your insights into semi-automated grading are a game changer for educators. I can't wait to try this out myself. It's like having a power up in your video game. Like, it's amazing.
I like that power up. Yeah, it's definitely leveraging AI to enhance fairness and collaboration and grading, and not only supports teachers but also enriches the student learning experience. Thanks, Jeff. I love your energy. I love the title, like I told you guys before. I can't wait to check it out as well.
Right on. Any subject, any grade level.
What an incredible start to our week of AI. Thank you all for joining us today for String 3. Your enthusiasm, your participation is what makes this event such a great success.
Also, don't forget about Saturday. We dive in even deeper with hands-on workshops. You'll even be seeing Christy and I and some of our friends. So make sure to check out some of those and actively participate and apply what we've learned, all week. Go ahead, Christy. Bring us in.
Once again, especially thank you to our sponsors, Swivel and Brisk, for supporting our journey into the future of education. Here's some more discoveries and innovations together. And while we're saying good night to you in String 3,
Whoa, Christy, you're forgetting something.
What?
You're forgetting something. Don't forget the Masked Singer for the week of AI on Friday. Okay, and I can't wait to just hear Chrissy sing. Okay, so I'm ready for this. This is a live, must be there event. It won't be recorded. Shame on you guys. So sign up. It's separate. So make sure you register. And Rosebud is next. Rosebud AI, which is fascinating, is next. So let's get going.
Yeah, head on over to
that. Everybody. Mr. C, if you want to check it out, there's the demo responses down on the footer of our homepage. So you can upload those and basically do the same exact process as I just went through. Sign up, log in for free, practice on the demo sandbox responses, and let me know if you got any questions. Nice to meet you all out there.
Alyssa, practicing her singing voice now, right?
A little country, a little twang.
Hello and welcome to the Premium AI Strategy Accelerator, the ultimate program for schools, colleges and universities and businesses that want to lead in the AI revolution. Before you apply, let me tell you how this program works. Who is this program for? We focus on helping a hand-picked team of 6 to 10 change makers in your organization. And this elite innovation squad will become your internal startup, pioneering AI-driven solutions that define your organization's future.